Hello students. Yesterday we have started the unit 6, and the unit 6 the second lesson we started, that is the talkative barber, and half of the part yesterday we have studied, but let's again revise it. See, the talkative barber, talkative means a person who talks a lot. See, talkative means what? A chatterer who talks a lot. And we have seen that one of such a talkative barber now has entered in the sultan's palace to shave his head, and he talks a lot there, and his talkings, his chatting creates boredom in the mind of sultan, and sultan was in hurry. So again and again our sultan requesting him to shave his head immediately because he has some important work. But instead of shaving the head of sultan, the talkative barber talks a lot and talks a lot about his family, about his six brothers and everything. So that in that picture we have seen that there is a sultan who's and one of the barber is there who is talkative, and sultan again and again requesting him to to shave his head and complete his work. But our barber, who is very talkative, instead of shaving the head of sultan, he is talking a lot. And I think here, yes, here, then our sultan requested the barber that shave his head, and he has some important work. But here barber said that please tell the important work that the sultan has, and he is ready to help in that matter. So students, let's see uh, fourth paragraph. Finish shaving at once. See, got it? Fourth paragraph. Finish shaving at once, the sultan exclaimed. But instead of doing this, the barber left the sultan half shaved to go and see what time it was. See, my patience is exhausted, the sultan cried. See, the sultan got angry. Angry on the work of the barber, because that barber is not shaving his head, and instead of shaving his head he is talking a lot. Talking a lot, just he is wasting a time of the sultan. So sultan said that finish your shaving at once, so cried sultan. But the barber again left the sultan half shaved. See, sultan has half shaved the head of the barber. Then, be calm, my master, and you shall be shaved in a moment, said the barber. And saying this, he continued shaving the sultan. And again, barber says to the sultan that be calm, be quiet. I am now going to shave your head in a moment, in a minute. But while he was doing this, he could not help talking. See, but at the time of shaving the head of sultan, he could not stop talking. Then next, if you could inform me what this important affair is, I would give more advice which you might find useful. He said. He means barber. Barber said to the sultan that if you tell me your important work, I will help you. I will give you advice, and it will be useful for you. The sultan was completely fed up by now and decided to satisfy the barber. See, now the sultan was completely fed up. Fed up means tired, by tired because of the chatting or the talking of the barber. He told him, he means sultan. Sultan told barber that he was giving a feast to some friends at noon, which was why he was in a hurry to leave. So sultan tell the reason of the hurry or the haste. Here sultan says that I have arranged the feast means party, lunch for my friends. See, lunch for my friends. So I'm in a hurry, I'm in a haste. When the barber heard, see the last paragraph, when the barber heard the sultan mention a feast, he exclaimed, that reminds me, yesterday I invited 4 or 5 friends to come to my house today, but I had quite forgotten it and have not made any preparations. See, the barber is very clever. The barber is very clever, and he says to the king that, oh, you have arranged the feast for your friends at noon today, and says that also I forgot, even I invited 4 or 5 friends. Even I have invited 4 or 5 friends of mine to my house, but I forgotten. But I had quite forgotten and have not made any preparations. सी व्हॉट हॅपन. सुलतान त्याला सांगतो की मी माझ्या मित्रांसाठी फिस्ट मीन्स मेजवानी लंच ठेवलेलं आहे आज दुपारी, आणि त्यामुळे मला काही गडबड आहे. तर इथं जो बार्बर आहे तो खूप क्लेव्हर आहे. लगेच काय म्हणतो, अरे हो, मी विसरलेच होतो, मी सुद्धा माझ्या 4-5 मित्रांना आज घरी जेवायला बोलवलंय, त्यांनाही मी आज फिस्ट दिली आहे, आणि आज ते माझ्या घरी येतील आणि मी विसरूनच गेलोय, मी काहीच प्रिपरेशन्स केलेले नाहीत. The Sultan, who was at the mercy of the barber, was ready to do anything to be rid of him. आणि जो सुलतान आहे त्याला या बार्बर पासून काही करून सुटका करून घ्यायची आहे, काही करून त्याचं शेविंग करून घ्यायचं आहे. मग काय म्हणतो बघा, बी क्विक अँड फिनिश युअर वर्क. द सुलतान रिप्लाइड, अँड यू शॅल हॅव ऑल द फूड दॅट हॅज बीन प्रिपेअर्ड फॉर मी टुडे. सी हाऊ सुलतान गॉट अँग्री अँड हाऊ टायर्ड अँड ही फेड अप. ही सेड दॅट, बी क्विक, लवकर आवर, अँड फिनिश युअर वर्क अँड यू शॅल हॅव ऑल द फूड दॅट हॅज बीन प्रिपेअर्ड फॉर मी टुडे. आणि तो सुलतान म्हणतो की पटपट आवर, तुझं कामावर, आणि माझ्या पॅलेसमध्ये जे काही फूड तयार झालेलं आहे फिस्टसाठी ते तू घेऊन जा. प्लीज शो मी द फूड so that I may judge if it is enough for my 5 friends. See how the barber is clever. He said that, please show me the food. See, the barber said to the Sultan that, show me the food that you have prepared for the feast. Is it enough for my friends? And then Sultan says, I have enough food for you. The Sultan exclaims. Sultan काय म्हणतो की I have enough food, माझ्याकडे भरपूर फूड आहे. बट ही ऑर्डर दॅट ऑल द फूड प्रिपेअर्ड फॉर हिज फिस्ट बी ब्रॉट इन. आणि मग तो सुलतान आपल्या सर्वंट्सना, लोकांना ऑर्डर सोडतो की जे काही फूड तयार झालंय ते सगळं घेऊन या. द बार्बर लुक ओव्हर द फूड अँड सेड. बार्बर फूडकडे बघतो आणि काय म्हणतो बघा, दिस इज व्हेरी गुड, बट आय शॅल वॉन्ट सम फ्रूट फॉर द डेझर्ट ऑल्सो. See how shameless the barber is. He said that, Sultan, your food is very good, it is very best and delicious, but I want some fruits for the dessert. Dessert means sweet dish. Sweet dish म्हणून मला काही fruit सुद्धा हवी आहेत. The Sultan, in desperation, since his head was half shaved, ordered that the fruit should also be brought in. आणि सुलतान जो वैतागलाय, जो चिडलाय, की ज्याचं डोकं हाफ शेव झालेलं आहे, तो आपल्या सर्वंट्सना, नोकरांना सांगतो की फ्रूट्स, यू ब्रिंग द फ्रूट्स फॉर द बार्बर. सी इन द पिक्चर यू कॅन सी दॅट barber is enjoying the food, he is observing the food, even he is demanding for the different types of fruits is there in the bucket. Then sultan is very angry, his facial expression shows that he is very angry on the barber. His head has half shaved, and he is talking very angrily with the barber is demanding for the dessert fruits he is demanding. Lot of food is available on the dining table. See the picture is very beautiful. See, the barber left off shaving the sultan to examine each dish separately. This took up half an hour. आणि काय झालं बघा की जो बार्बर आहे त्यानं त्याचं हेड, सुलतानचं हेड शेविंग करता करता मध्येच सोडून दिलं, आणि काय केलं, जवळजवळ तो अर्धा तास, हाफ ॲन आवर, ही स्पेंड इन एक्झामायनिंग, इन ऑब्झर्विंग द फूड डिशेस विच वॉज ऑफर्ड बाय द सुलतान. द सुलतान स्टॅम्प हिज फीट impatiently, but the barber did not hurry. See, जो सुलतान आहे तो इम्पेशंटली आपले पाय जमिनीवर आदळत होता, आपटवत होता, आणि बार्बर त्याच्याकडे लक्ष देत नव्हता. At length, however, he began to took up the razor, but after a few minutes of work, stopped suddenly and cried, I never knew that you were so generous. See, the talkative barber, after some time, he took up the razor for the shaving of the head of the sultan, but again he stopped suddenly. आणि अचानक त्यानं थांबवलं आणि ओरडला, I never knew that you were so generous. आणि तो सुलतानला म्हणतो की मला माहितीच नव्हतं की तुम्ही इतके जनरस आहात, इतके दयाळू आहात. So students, see, this is a very humorous story of the Sultan and the talkative barber. The talkative barber creates anger in the mind of the Sultan, and this barber left the Sultan's head half shaved, and only he's doing talking and talking, and his talking creates anger in the mind of the Sultan. Even Sultan offered him a gold coins. Even Sultan offered him a food dishes, dessert. Sultan is offering everything to get rid of from the talkative barber. But barber is also very humorous. He is not ready to leave the Sultan, and he is demanding again and again different things. See students, and at the last he got everything, but again he left the Sultan's head half shaved. This is very funny and the humorous story. So students, let's see some new words are there. See, chatterer. Chatterer means someone who talks a lot. Means talkative. Chatterer means what? Someone who talks a lot, talkative. Here in the story, the barber is chatterer. The barber is talkative. Defect. Defect means a fault. Defect means a fault. There is a defect in barber's brother's speech. Then third, opinion. What person feels about a person, thing or subject. Opinion what a person feels about person, thing or subject. एखाद्याचं ओपिनियन म्हणजे मत. Exhausted. Exhausted means tired and fed up. Exhausted means what? Tired, कंटाळले जाणे किंवा fed up, वैतागले जाणे. Sultan was exhausted because of the chatting of the barber, talking of the barber. Then next one, dessert. Dessert means a sweet dish served after the main meal. I think most of you like the dessert after the dinner, after the lunch. See, dessert means sweet dish after a main meal. जेवल्यानंतर आपण जे स्वीट डिश खातो त्याला डेझर्ट म्हणतात. ॲज अ डेझर्ट वी कॅन सर्व्हाइव्ह आईस्क्रीम, गुलाब जामुन्स or anything that is sweet after the main meal. Examine means to look at something very carefully. Examine means to observe, to look at something very carefully. See, barber started to examine the food dishes. Examine means to look something very carefully. Then at length, at a stretch. See students, in this way we have completed this lesson. We have completed this lesson, and I hope you have enjoyed this story a lot. This is a very interesting story. So you should read this story very carefully and enjoy the story. Okay. Till then, you take care. Stay home. Stay safe.